Hi guys, Mejia here, your personal psychologist, and thank you all for watching my videos, for hitting those like buttons, for subscribing to this channel. This is a fairly new channel, so all your views, subscriptions, likes, everything is really appreciated and they mean a lot. So thank you for that, and let's get to today's subject. In my previous video, we started the subject of boundaries. Actually, we were talking about narcissists. Here we talk a lot about narcissists, simply because I see that this is a subject that resonates to you a lot. If you are interested in reviewing any other topic, please write down below in the comment section, and we will discuss that in separate videos, because I'm a professional psychologist and I'm here to share my knowledge with you and to be able to help you out. So take advantage of that. So we were talking about narcissists and boundaries, how actually narcissists or in any other toxic people violate your boundaries, how they're breaking through your boundaries, that eventually you end up in the middle of situation where this person has completely captured you and somehow managing your entire life. So that was in the previous video, and I might leave that video in the description box below for your convenience, so you can watch that. And in that video we were using a lot this term of boundaries, and briefly we discussed there what boundaries are and how to feel that your boundaries are violated. And I decided to make this separate video exactly about boundaries and actually how to understand that they are violated, because everybody are talking about boundaries. If you will look it up, there are plenty of videos about somebody who is violating your boundaries, how to protect your boundaries, and all stuff like that. But very important point here that is really missing out there is that to protect your boundaries the way that everybody suggests you, you have to understand that they're actually getting violated. But this is the exactly separate skill that you have to discover in you. Why I'm saying that you have to discover in you? Because not everybody have it activated. And here is the point. Generally speaking, our boundaries is what somebody can do to you and what somebody cannot do to you. What is appropriate towards you and what is not appropriate towards you. So this is pretty much what boundaries are. And we have this inner feeling, we have this inner signaling system that will always let us know when our boundaries are actually violated. It's like our dashboard. So let's say that our mind have this dashboard, and we will have this light that will be flashing when somebody will be violating our boundaries. But if we've been in some long-term abusive relationships, if we grew up in some abusive family, in a narcissistic family, in a toxic family, our boundaries always were violated. Sometimes we did not have any boundaries depending on the situation where we grew up into. When, for instance, anybody can enter the bathroom when you are taking shower. Anybody can do anything with your things, with your personal things, with your clothes, with your toys. They could throw it without asking you. They could do anything they want without asking you. So you pretty much grew up understanding that you don't have any boundaries at all and anybody can do anything to you. So what was happening in that situation with this your dashboard where some flashing light was supposed to be flashing when your boundaries were violated? Eventually your psychic just decided to turn off this flashing light, that it wouldn't bother, because anyway it's always flashing, but you cannot do anything to stop it. You cannot do anything to protect it, to stop it, somehow not to let it happen. So your psychic just has chosen to turn off this light from flashing, that it wouldn't bother you. So what happened, that you stopped feeling when somebody is actually violating your boundaries. And this is what we were talking in the previous video about narcissists, how they violate your boundaries. When they ask you some uncomfortable questions and how you react to that. If you choose, of course subconsciously, you choose to shrink yourself and you start feeling uncomfortable, shame, guilt, whatever else, but you answer that question. Let's say a girl is asked a question, so when are you marrying, do you have somebody to date, or whatever else about very personal stuff. And instead of putting this boundary that I'm not comfortable talking about the subject, so please do not touch it anymore. A person who grew up in this situation that we were talking before, with this flashing light off, right? So this flashing light is not flashing anymore when somebody is violating your boundaries. This person automatically will start answering these uncomfortable questions, wouldn't stop somebody from crossing some very personal lines that actually is very uncomfortable for this person. But this person used not to feel that. And this is why very important subject here when we are talking about protecting your boundaries, very important, first of all, prior to protecting that, to understand where your boundaries are. To understand where your boundaries are and to get the feel when somebody is actually approaching them. To actually fix this flashing light, that it would start flashing again when somebody is approaching your boundaries, for you to start protecting them. So how can you fix this flashing light? Just to build this connection with yourself. This connection with yourself, with all your feelings and emotions, that you will have to start questioning yourself, how comfortable I am next to this specific person, how comfortable I am in some specific situation. And you have to pay attention to all your feelings and emotions. This is very important, that you would start looking into yourself. And when you are catching that you feel uncomfortable next to somebody, you feel uncomfortable in some specific situation, you will have to just do something about that, not ignore it. Otherwise, nothing will change. And your flashing light will never get fixed again, because what is the point? If you understood that you feel uncomfortable, but you still did not do anything, you still stayed where you feel uncomfortable. So what is the point for this flashing light to get fixed? It wouldn't get fixed. It will get fixed only when you felt uncomfortable and you saved yourself from it. You protected yourself from it. You just withdrew yourself from a situation where you're uncomfortable. You stopped communication with the person that you feel uncomfortable with. And only then, when your psychic will feel the connection, that you feel uncomfortable and you are protecting yourself, only then this flashing light will get fixed and already will start alerting you in the automatic mode, and you wouldn't have to do all this mental work by thinking, how am I feeling here or there? You just automatically will feel comfortable or uncomfortable, and you will have to do specific actions to protect yourself from something what you don't like. And in the end, this will become your habit, and then you wouldn't have any problems with protecting your boundaries, because this will be simply natural to you. And now hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and write down in the comments any of your situations where you felt this flashing light and you started to protect your boundaries. And see you in the next video. Bye.